My name is Christopher Johnson. I'm a nationally known author, and I'm getting ready to tell you the truth, my side of the story. February 14th, I was in Kansas City doing a book signing, my first local book signing, because I come from Kansas City, Missouri. Grew up right here in this neighborhood, grew up on 38th and College. I used to always hang out at the 43rd Street Boys Club. You know, I'm a product of this neighborhood, and as you know it, in this neighborhood, we have a lot of products, and they're not good products, like the drug trade or the murders or anything like that. And in actuality, I came to show Kansas City that some good can come from this neighborhood. I've written 12 books. I have 2 in stores right now. My first one was Getting Dressed from the Inside, and my second one, My Mom is My Dad. Well, my mom was my dad. So I came back to Kansas City to do my first book signing in order to show Kansas City that we made it, we did some good in this neighborhood, and also to inspire a lot of the young people that's in this neighborhood that see their surroundings and think that they can succumb to their surroundings. And I will not take that lightly. You know, that is my mission, to make sure that everybody knows that just because it looks bad doesn't mean it has to be bad. And so on this day, February 14th, I was driving to a barbershop to get shaped up before my book signing, which was 15 minutes away from the location I was going to. And I got pulled over by an officer for no apparent reason. The officer came to my door. He asked me, I asked him what was I doing wrong to get pulled over. And he said he couldn't see our plates. And I live in Los Angeles now. I was riding in my mother's car, my mother's vehicle, and she had the cover plates that are not illegal in Kansas City, Missouri, not illegal in Missouri. And it's clear. It was 12 o'clock in the middle of the day, bright sun, so you could see it. So then when he asked me for my driver's license and registration, I said, it's my mother's vehicle, and I'm about to be late for a book signing. He said, book signing? I said, yes. He said, you write books? I said, yes, sir. He said, what kind of books do you write? Very sarcastically. And I told him about my books. He said, okay, well, sit tight. He went to his car. I seen him back there fiddling around for about 5 to 10 minutes. He finally came back up and said, well, could you step out the vehicle? And I said, for what? We didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't speeding. We had our seatbelts on. We were obeying the law. You stopped us for nothing. He said, no, I need you to step out the car. So I got out the car. He walks me back. He says, well, right now we're finding a warrant under your name. And I said, a warrant under my name? My name is Christopher Johnson, and I haven't been in Kansas City for 10 years. What kind of warrant? He says, have you ever been to Cole County? And I said, I used to go to college in Cole County at Lincoln University. And I said, that was over 13 years ago, so I don't see what kind of warrant it could be. So anyway, he proceeds to put me in the car. We sit in the car, and I'm like, officer, remember the day you graduated from academy? Remember that feeling you had? You're about to stop me from that kind of feeling and going to my first book signing at Barnes & Noble. He said, well, if it comes back confirmed or something like that, you know, I'm going to have to take you in. I said, confirmed? You know, how can it come back confirmed? It's not me. I don't know what you're talking about. And even if it does come back confirmed, isn't it another way that we can work this out? Because I'm 15 minutes away from my book signing. Can I go check on it Monday or Tuesday or something like that? He says no. And then so I sit in the car. Finally, he calls 2 other trooper cars. So now I have 5 troopers there. And as I look out the window, I'm like, wow, all of this for little on me. Come back, he tells me, yes, it's a $1,000 warrant for your arrest. I said, $1,000 warrant for my arrest. You're going to take me in and ruin the biggest day of my life for $1,000, and I don't even know what it is, and it's over 10 years old? He says, I got to do my job. As I'm sitting in the car, he pulls me out, puts handcuffs on me. He clicks some 2 extra clicks. And I say, officer, immediately, officer, this is too tight. I can't feel my hands automatically. He says, yeah, I'll fix it. So he puts me back in the front seat. Now, I don't know if you can see on camera, but I'm 6'3", and the seat was pulled up to about a 5'2" person. So he sits me in the car, my knees are up off the ground onto the dashboard, and I'm sitting there in handcuffs, and my mother gets out the car and is like, officer, here's one of his bookmarks. These are the books he writes. He's really a good guy. He hasn't done anything wrong. The officer says, what is that? And my mother says, here's one of his bookmarks. She says, here, you can have it. It's yours to keep. He says, nah, I don't want that. She said, no, take it. He said, I don't want it. Then he came back to the vehicle, and the door was open, and I yelled to my mother, get in the car. Please, Mom, get in the car. Don't prolong this. He's already going to do what he's going to do. Just get in the car. Let's go. And he yells at me, don't talk to your mother. And I said, I can talk to my mother if I want to. I said, it's my mother. Can I get a ticket for talking to my mother? Slams the door on me. Now, as he's talking to the other officers, I see something that's very strange. I see one of the smaller officers give him a look of confusion as to say, is this necessary? I'm not putting words in his mouth, but the look that he gave the officer that was arresting me was one of befuddlement. Like, wow, are you serious? And so he gets back in the car. He yells to my mother, don't follow me. And my mother says, I'm trying to follow to get my son out of jail so we can get him to this book signing. So we get in the car, we're pulling off. I tell the officer, first of all, I'm going to break both of my knees if we hit an accident. My knees are up off the ground, they're into the dashboard. Can you please adjust the seat? He said, yeah, I'll fix it later. I told him again, the handcuffs are too tight. Now, as we're riding down on 291, getting ready to get on I-70, I start talking to him. You know, I say, "Are you a man of faith?" He says, "Yes, I am." He says, "My pastor," he says, "my father was a pastor of his own church." I said, "Really?" I said, "Well, you understand this is the devil trying to stop a young man trying to, you know, have a successful day." He says, you know. I said, "Well, let me ask you a question." I was like, "Would you want something like this to happen to you?" He says, "I'm not the one passing bad checks." I said, wow. We don't even know if it's me, number one. Number two, I don't even remember writing the check. And number three, I thought I was innocent until proven guilty. So you just called me guilty. I said, okay. I was like, that's one racist comment. So as we're driving, I say to him, I say, "Listen," I said, "You know, I forgive you. This is not you. This is just the devil, you know?"